Well, hello my YouTube friend. It's been a while since my last video, but as I already stated, I really wanted to make some videos about common knives and not really customs, but since I basically buy only customs lately, it's hard. But I decided to do one on this one because actually you can find those knives as mitex, as they say. Custom Knife Factory, does a lot of design with Alexey Konygin, who is the maker of this beautiful knife. And you can also find them on Knife Center. Actually, they sell the Decepticons, which is the name of the mid-tech version of this beautiful knife that you have in front of you. This knife is made by the maker Alexey Konygin, who is a relatively new maker. I think he started to make knives in late 2011, I would say. Starting making knives basically with thumb openings. Then he decided to go for flipper, and actually what you have in front of you is his first flipper ever made. It's written somewhere here, if I can get to focus here. Let me see. Oh, I'm not going to waste your time, neither mine, to show you that. But yeah, you can see that here in the open here. It says number 1, and it's made in late 2013. So yeah, not that long that he makes flipper. This one being, as I said, the first one. So yeah, I really wanted to talk about this knife because this knife really gave me the thrill. I mean, this is something unique. You can tell that this guy comes from the design world because, man, it's all about design, and also the action is fantastic. But we're going to talk about that. Let's start first, if you will, by the handle, as always. On this one, we mostly going to talk about probably, the design more than the... Of course, I'm going to talk about the action. It's a knife. But on this one, I mean, all the quality of it is the design. So as you can see here first, the design is a skeletonized handle, and you have a lot of intricate pieces. Basically, you have an onlay here who has been contoured. As you can see, a lot of contouring. Look at those lines, man. That is simply absolutely crazy awesome. So this piece of titanium is an onlay, being anodized in kind of purple, matte purple. And just underneath, you have another piece, which is now in an orange peel, beautiful orange peel, as you can see. Okay, so that's the frame. Frame here, orange peel. Here in matte, you have the onlay. Then on the back, you have this piece, beautiful piece, contoured backspacer of titanium, of course. Look at the contouring that you have you have eyes. I'm not going to show you everything, but look at the contouring. It is just absolutely insane. So this nice backspacer with this beautiful hole there, which can hold any kind of lanyard for those of you who like that. So yeah, oh man, look at that. The contouring is just crazy insane. And on the lock side, you have basically the same thing. So you have an onlay here, which makes, an onlay, the same thing. I mean, it's the reproduction of what you have on the presentation side, and actually it's really even, so all the openings are even. Look at that. Just absolutely fantastic. And then you have your clip, and your clip is a splendid clip, also contoured in Damascus, as you can see. And all this, my friend, all of those pieces are held in place by 2 points, one on the pivot here and one here on the back. How crazy can that be? That is just absolutely insane. Most of the people didn't realize when they saw my knife compared to the others, but I'm not sure that I have seen Alexey do that in any other of his knives. Usually you have some kind of regular hardware with those screws, and basically that's what I don't like in the mid-tex. It's not that I don't like, but when I have this in hand, this piece of art, of technology, I cannot look at other knives than this one, I'm sorry. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because probably of that, because this is just insanely done. And mechanically speaking, it's just crazy to think that it's just held in place by those two humongous pivot, and here, what would you call that? A standoff, whatever. That's just insane. And that, my friend, is absolutely awesome. So, moving on. This handle, as you can see, is not only beautiful, but, man, that brings you... So the ergonomics are just splendid. It naturally feels in the hand. Here you have a choil, and all the fingers goes to this place. And let me tell you something. You cannot think of a better grip than the skeletonized handle. It gives you the best grip that you can ever find. Ever. I mean, that is... it doesn't move. I mean, it won't slip for no reason. The fact that it's skeletonized give you, as I say, the best grip possible. So that's also a nice point for function, because as always, I will always keep in mind that this knife, even if it's probably not really a user for me, because it's too beautiful, I would be really pissed to spoil it. In any event, I'd like to be able to carry it in a pocket, and to use it for small tasks, which I did already, and I can tell you that's a fantastic knife for that matter. Also, it's not, I don't like specs, it's a big knife, but it's not that heavy because of all the openings, I guess. You have a really light knife that is really easy to carry. Love that. So now, we've talked about the handle on both sides. Now let's go for, so that's a frame lock. And this overlay actually also works as a lock bar stop, I would say. Not lock bar stop, but it prevents, the over-traveling of the lock. So here is your engagement now. Look at that. Very early, but yet very secured. The geometry is just perfect. So yeah, as I said, boom, you see, it prevents for the other traveling. And as you have heard, there is no noise when I disengage. So hear that. Absolutely nothing. No stiffness whatsoever. And you have a rock solid knife. That's brilliant. Again, as a function, this knife has everything that is required to be a great user and a great knife. So now let's go for the blade and the action, because it's a flipper. So here you have your flipper tab, which is not the best flipper tab on earth. I give you that, but I don't care. I mean, it gives... it could be better. I mean, there's no use for this kind of length or design, but it works perfectly well. So no jimping, but you don't need that, because the fact that it has this design makes secure your knife, your index, perfectly well. And I'm telling you, you cannot miss a flipping with this knife. No way in hell that you miss it. So the design is not the best for the flipper tab, but it works perfectly well. Something I don't really care much for, but I think that it's part of the design, is the fact that the stop pin is it's an external, so it's nice, but it's here on the top. I noticed that when you have a stop pin that is high like that, for some reason, the noise is not the same, when you flip it. You see, I don't know why, but I might say something stupid, but the noise and the feel of it when you flip it is just a little less, I don't know, it gives you a strange feeling compared to the stop pin when they are in this position here. But I assume that because of the flipper, sometimes you are I mean, you have to put it that way. But in any event, I'm rambling here. Let's move on. So yeah, the flipping action, as I said, works perfectly well, despite the fact that I don't really like the design of the flipper tab. So Something I didn't mention also, sorry, as you can see here, there is a screw. I'm sorry, I'm erratic as always, you know, but I won't change. Yeah, I've always been like that. So yeah, this screw is here, of course. Oh man, I wouldn't be able to focus here. Of course, it's here to lock a steel insert. So you have a steel insert, and that's also a great feature for a knife, a steel insert that is in contact with the blade tang. I won't be able to show it to you, but anyway, that's for the steel insert, for those of you who were wondering what this screw stands for. But I think that you knew already before I even say. So yeah, the action is nice. It's not the best flipper I've ever held, but it's nice just because of the noise. I mean, the action is smooth, but hear the noise. You see, it's just a... I didn't take anything to compare, but the sound is not the best I've ever had, but you know, I have to find something to say, because other than that, it's perfection. Real perfection. So now let's go with this blade, and that is just absolutely astounding. For a relatively young knife maker, look at that. I mean, we have a satin blade with a flat here and a double hollow grind of the best effect. Look at that. That is just simply mesmerizing, I would say. And it's perfectly done. I mean, it's just perfectly even. Look at that. It's very difficult to do a double hollow grind like that, and Alexey did it perfectly well on both sides. Look at that. That's just beautiful. That what drove me to buy this knife was that in the first place, I have to say, because you know, because of the mid-text and everything, I didn't care much of the usual design of the Decepticons, but this one specifically drove me crazy because of what I said already, and because of this beautiful blade. Now look at that. I mean, the blade itself is just beautiful. You have a curve here, then a slight recurve, and it's delicately done. I mean, it's not crazy curve, but it gives you the design, and yet for the cutting task you have a lot of belly. So as I said, I tried it for a small task, and that's a perfect user. The tip is strong, because you can see here that the blade is quite thick. It's 0.190, something like that. And the tip is relatively strong, so yeah, for a thruster that would, again, I'm not intending to use it for tactical use, not by no means. Never want to use actually a knife for tactical purpose, but especially not this one. So yeah, I mentioned the double hollow grind, and here you have also a very nice delicate swedge on the top. Look at that on the spine. That is just splendid. Splendid. Yeah, all the attention has been put on this knife. You can tell that Alexey took a lot of time to build this, I would say, a masterpiece. I'm not sure that I'm overdoing or overstating when I say that this is simply a masterpiece. I hope that you will grant me that this one is unique compared to whatever Decepticons knives you have seen in the market so far. So yeah, that was, yeah, okay, oh sorry, I didn't mention that the centering, of course, is spot on, and as you can hear also, the detent was just perfect also. I mean, as I said, I'm speaking, sorry, so I'm gonna shut my mouth one more. Boom. So it's on washers, bronze washers, as you can see here. If I try to focus here, yeah, bronze washer, and it works perfectly. So the knife, the blade don't fall, you know, by its own. But I like that actually, because I think it's dangerous in a way when the blade fall, you know, by accident like that. It can cut your finger. So for me, that's exactly what I like to have in an action for a knife. So yeah, we are heading to the 15 minutes that I don't like to go over. So I'm going to leave it at that, and that has been my pleasure, and I hope that you will enjoy this video, or at least this knife, as it deserved. And my friend, I'm going to catch you hopefully very soon for a new video. Have a great one. Bye-bye.